All right, welcome back to Perdido Key Gaming. Today we got another low-tech deck tech. We got blue. This one is animate this. So let's see what I was thinking of while I was all going through blue cards and trying to put something together with the bulk. So, seeks to produce artifacts, turn them into artifact creatures. You'll need to get as many of Hierophant chalices on the battlefield as soon as possible to power the prosperous pirates. Wow, I'm a poet. Pirates will create treasure artifact tokens which can be used to create mana or stand by to be turned into creatures by the skilled animator. Additionally, animating fairies, adventure, a little grammar mistake there. Additionally, the adventure creates additional artifact creatures, period. The rest of your creatures benefit from the artifact and your non-creature spells to provide support in a form of control. Of course, as being blue deck. So, skilled animator, when he comes into the battlefield, so you got to hold on to these 3-drops. Target artifact you control becomes an artifact creature with base power and toughness 5/5 for as long as he's on the battlefield. Or she's on the battlefield. And you got Gearsmith Prodigy, which is, +1/+0 as long as you control an artifact. We got Animating Fairy, who target non-creature artifact you control becomes a 0/0 artifact creature with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. And then you throw him out for 3 to get a 2/2 flyer. Makes sense. Pretty basic. Weldfast Wingsmith. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under control, 3/3 flyer. A couple of those. Scholar of Stars. If you control an artifact, draw a card. Prosperous Pirates. When he enters, you create 2 colors treasure artifact tokens. Give you more mana and or turn into creatures, right? And you got those artifacts, Hierophant's Chalice. Whenever it enters the battlefield, target opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life, and then adds colorless mana. Then you got Quench, counter. You got Perilous Voyage. It's a little bit of control. You return target non-land permanent you don't control the owner's hand. And if it was 2 or less, scry. Wizard's Retort. If you've got a wizard, which I don't, that's a jack up on my part, but it doesn't matter. Counter target spell. And that's it. And then 24 islands. So pretty basic. But the main problem I think with this deck is definitely if you lose the skilled animator, your artifact creature goes back to the bin, back to the side there. So you'd end up having to basically make sure that you protect him with the quenches and things like that if you want to retain that striking power. Prosperous Pirates, obviously a little, 5-drop. You gotta, like I was saying, you gotta get those chalices out as much land as possible out before you get Prosperous Pirate, because he's the one generating the tokens. And so that means you can't do anything with your skilled animators that are in your hand, or your animating fairy if you're going to use the sorcery, until you get plenty of artifact tokens out on the board. And I mean, you can turn those chalices into creatures, right? So. But meanwhile, while he's trying to figure out your opponent is trying to figure out what you're doing, you're hopefully pounding them right in the face with, flyers. And, even Scholar of the Stars is 3 power. So, and then 3 power for your Prosperous Pirates too. So hopefully your counters, you got 12 counters between, trying to keep your opponent from destroying things that matter to this deck. Then that's what are you going to do? But anyway, obviously this is one of these bulk common, bulk uncommon, nowhere near pauper. It is modern or pioneer, and or let's see, let's see here. Yeah, you have too many for it to be peasant. So you could obviously beef up this this deck with things like maybe Tezzeret or other planeswalkers that work with artifacts and things like that. Or you could replace the skilled animator with something else that's going to be creating tokens or creating artifacts, or just put, instead of the skilled animator, put more common artifacts onto the board, to turn those in there. But hopefully there's something like, I don't know if there is a common like skilled animator that works alongside of artifacts to turn them into creatures. I don't think there are. I haven't seen any in recent memory that would lead me to believe that there is. But anyway, that's all I got. That's a very low tech deck. But I think it's a good idea. It's why obviously the chalice is a kind of an obvious thing. You're taking every chalice you put down, you get a life, and opponent loses life, and it's a mana rock. So you could, since you're generating 4 colorless, you could lose 4 more islands and put, well, maybe not 4 islands, maybe 2 or 3, and put some more counter in there if you want, board wipe, something like that. Anyway, that's all I got for today. This was a low tech deck. This is animate this. I don't know what I did with my little card. Oh, here it is, my little card. But that's what I do with the bulk. I try to figure stuff out, and then sometimes I'll see a really good idea, and put it on Magic the Gathering Arena and play with it there to see how it works out. But anyway, that's all I got. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more Perdido Key Gaming.